Did you do it yet?
All right. We're live. Yes, we are. Good evening. This is Andre Sanders down here in Jacksonville, Florida, of Overcoming the Odds. And we are going to finish up this series of here on Facebook. Really, the 5 underground things about Facebook to help you promote really whatever that you are promoting. And we call them underground things because you probably really have not paid it that much attention to them, even though there's something that just to really keep in mind. As far as wanting to just branch out a little bit more using the social media platform. Yes, you can also think to keep it in the back of your mind. You can use this for other platforms as well, because we know there's Twitter, there's LinkedIn, but just mainly since we know the big dog of social media is Facebook. That's why this to really help you capitalize on the social media platform. But without any further ado, let's go take out to California real quick.
Hi guys, this is Patricia Henry here, and thank you for hopping on our weekly hangout here. And as Andre mentioned, Underground Secrets. You know, we're finishing up this series. It's been in 3 parts. So if you want, when you click on our link, you can see the other series that we did about Facebook and how to connect with your customers and get leads, and how to actually communicate with the people that are online that you want to target for your business. So without further ado, as Andre says, we're going to get started.
All right, and this is a quick recap, and it's really brief as well, because I mean we got through so much, but keep in mind I can just mention when we got on the way as far as these things are not obviously have to be set in stone, because obviously if you're an entrepreneur, we like to just go out there and just branch things and branch and do stuff for our own. Just try to just mess up and learn on the go. But the main thing is just to maybe find one strategy in this and just take advantage of this. Would it be if you want to go to the chatting with people, get to know them. Don't just go and just start sending their links. Your link all of a sudden, if you're in the home-based business profession. I had that happen to me the other day. It was just like, dude, we talking with each other so many times and you still send me the same thing. People can't stand that. Just actually try to relate to people if you're doing that. Obviously too, if you choose to use Facebook, let me get to. All right, I'm already here. Let me share my screen real quick. Little stuff, simple stuff like this. And I'll just go over this real quickly since now here, like you see this right here, real quick. Have a picture of you. Since I play semi-pro football, this is a picture of me right here. Have a picture of you. Of your face on your profile, not a picture of this, of a dog or a cat. Of the about section, have some information here filled out so people can know who you are. Since we're talking about mainly online stuff, I'm not a fan of people of first impressions, but unfortunately, a lot of people are, especially when it comes to the online world. So people want to just get a chance to know you. Everything doesn't have to be filled out completely here to the T, but just have something so people can just relate to you. Let them know that you're a real human being. You see what I'm saying? As far as this, maybe where you are. If you have a website, you can have that too. It just goes to my blog. Maybe. If it's Skype, if you have one too, you can choose to put your number on there if you want or not. Maybe your email address as well, or whatever. Details about you too. Know that you're a real person as well. Live events. This really doesn't really matter that much, but this is still the simple stuff. And then if you go to your timeline, it's something that if you were looking at yourself as far as, okay, let me see. Do I want to relate this person? It was somebody that you want to relate with. You see what I'm saying? Like, see here, I have me here. I've been working out since it's the Thanksgiving weekend here in the U.S. So I've been working out here in the mornings, but still, something I like to share. Some of the stuff I've been reading, some of the quotes. I have fun every once in a while too. This is kind of a little bit more of my lifestyle as well, what I do. But this is something to think about too. Would it be something that people would want, that you would want to go and follow yourself? You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to get at. So, you know, there's little stuff like that. Other than just talking about business, not saying there's anything wrong with that. You know, you can. It's good to maybe share something like every once in a while. If you're getting results, you know, a lot through business, you know, still share every once in a while because people still might just relate with you. See what I'm saying? So just a little bit of stuff too that just to keep in mind. You might think, okay, if you're somebody that's kind of in season, you're like, oh yeah, I kind of understand this too. But don't don't take any of that little stuff for granted. You know, any of that stuff. Oh, another thing too, real quick, since still since I'm still here on my page, so we go back here, share again. Right up here too. Have this also filled out. You know, this intro is you know, this is also, this little box could be a little kind of ninja too, so people can just relate to you the minute they get to your page. You know, my business page real quick, and then anything other places too where I work, where I went to school, where I live, so people can see you right up rip. You know, I can do the same thing real quick with Patricia as well, and she has a lot of information here filled out. But guess what? I know she's a real person. She has a video instead of a profile pic. That's even better. That's even better. You know, because obviously video is pretty much the videos like right now as far as business, especially online. So for those that are camera shy, I'm sorry. That's the way it's really going to help you explode. And notice too, even what Patricia shared her wall. Guess what? Even though it's not videos of her, she's still sharing every once in a while videos. And then some lifestyle where what she's doing too. You know, some pictures of where she's doing. But you know, you start to get the drift too. See another video, even though it's shared. See what I'm saying? So you never know as far as if you do decide to do a video, who's going to be paying attention, who's going to share it, and then you know it could go viral. So it's something to keep something to keep in mind as well, because again we're talking about Facebook, and you know as far as social media, the main big dog as I mentioned earlier, that's something to just really keep in mind with as well. Now to finish up what we've been talking about here as of late with the social media
I was going to say, Andre, that when you do promote things on your personal page and you mix it up the way we do, you know, people get to really see your lifestyle and know that you're a real person. So, and we try to follow that rule that we post mostly, I'd say maybe about 60 to 80% is more of what I do, my lifestyle, and then 20% would be business. Although you have to mix it up, because otherwise then people are going to think that you're all business and you're boring. But when they are curious to your lifestyle, then say, oh, by the way, what do you do? Or you can have a post that draws them to your business. Again, just like that post for our hangout. Now, you know, sometimes I get one or two people who have been following me just for the social part of it. And then they will sneak in and say, well, what is it that you're doing? Or, and I vary up my posts. Like that one was just your picture of that underground. But sometimes I'll put my profile picture with it. And I notice that when I put my profile with it, I get more engagement or more likes with it than I do just that post. So again, it's experimentation, seeing what works best, and split testing, so to speak, how you're going to advertise to your customers.
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that too, Patricia, because I know also too, I can't remember one of the weeks when we were talking about as far as when to schedule posts. Now we've heard from a top blogger before, Neil Patel, as far as a particular time, but this is the thing. The people that are, you know, maybe your friends or your followers, they're gonna like or comment or share whatever time that you post. So there's really not any particular time we could say, but like to say, you know, there would be, but you know, perfect example. I live all the way here in Florida. Trisha lives out there in California. So I'm saying, okay, this you got to post at 5 p.m. Eastern time. Okay, she might be in the middle of doing something in the afternoon, early afternoon time, where it's, you know, closing down late afternoon my time. You see what I'm saying? So there really isn't any particular time. It's again experimenting. Another simple thing I think we mentioned too as well is you know, reciprocity. As far as, you know, you got to go out there yourself and give. You know, go give a couple, you know, go give some likes to what your people are, you know, some people on your friends is doing. You know, maybe, you know, comment on what they're doing. Again, like I said, it's the holiday weekend right now, a holiday week. So, you know, a lot of people are posting as far as hanging out with their families or friends. So that's time to go like crazy, you know, and then you can go kind of ninja like I did, you know, just sneaking with a quick video of what you do. As far as me lifting weights. And then guess what? Because then the likes going to come too, because they're like, all right, kind of be smooth with it. And I kind of always build up to it. That's just my, you know, my insane way of, you know, my method of craziness. You know, kind of build. I like to post a lot of motivational stuff. I'm completely different from what Patricia this shit talked about. She talks about she likes to have a lot of lifestyle. I like to post a lot of stuff when I'm reading. You know, so when I post maybe a picture or video, that really gets people like, whoa, what in the world? Oh, this is what he's doing. Like, oh, here's his face, whatever. You see what I'm saying? Little stuff like that. You know, however, if they were really curious, and I've had that happen too, you know, as of late, people will go and, you know, nose around to my business page because they're all right, let me see what they're doing. Now you're going to really see what I'm doing nearly daily, because I'm a machine over there, you know, was posting whatever type of content. What is, you know, episodes for our company. We have daily episodes as well. This is nothing but this value. Same thing. I post a video, something of value. I've been doing that for months now, since of an event we had a few months ago. And obviously, I'm always blogging as well, and I share that. I don't really share it on my personal profile, but like I said, the people that are paying attention to you, you know, telling you, they're going to sometimes will hunt you down. So that's a good thing. You know, that's what I choose. That's what I choose to do. And again, not going to guarantee any type of results. So see everything disclaimer below. You know, because obviously people's results are going to be different. Don't know how hard you're going to choose to work, but the cool thing is, you know, it's possible with this type of results. You know, one thing too to get right into it now is, even though we're talking mainly about Facebook, still know where to spend your time. Where are you getting a lot of your engagement? I'm not gonna lie. A year ago at this time, a lot of my engagement was not on Facebook. You might be thinking, okay, wait a minute. Now you talk about, you know, talking about many Facebook. Yeah, but you know, if you're a business owner and you're, you know, trying to promote whatever you're doing online, you have to know where a lot of your engagement is going on. And a lot of my engagement, I'm not gonna lie, was in Twitter, Google Plus, LinkedIn. Google Plus is probably like one of the most underrated social media sites. I'm not gonna tell you to go over there to do so now, just because, you know, we're saying so on this hangout. Now the thing is, you just have to know where your interaction is coming up a lot. I was getting a lot through LinkedIn and Google Plus a year ago. Now I've just kind of shifted everything now, mainly Facebook, because I've been doing a lot of interaction on Facebook, and I've been doing a lot of chatting as well. So you got to know that as well. Keep in mind about that. Know where your engagement is a lot. Twitter will be a lot as well with me, because I do a lot of videos. So that's already linked up. My YouTube and Twitter is linked up together. So if it's something that, let's say, again, you're a network marketer, and I mentioned something to say about prospecting, I know I'm going to get some views if I say something like that. That's a person with, oh, by the way, who does not have a lot of subscribers, because, you know, I have a lot of people that are in the home-based business profession as well on Twitter. So something that's really keep in mind with too, as far as know where to spend most of your time online. Too, like I said, you can if you're new, let's say if you just got started today, you can make it Facebook. Let's say if you have at least over 500 friends, really you have over 100 friends, you're good to go. You really are. Now it's on you as far as, again, like I just mentioned earlier, the reciprocity. What are you sharing? You know, what something of value, you know, as far as on your posts, and, you know, we'll just go from there. And then also too, hopefully that you know, people say, oh, I don't have any friends, whatever. You have over 100 people, I can just mention. Even if you have over one person, you're good to go. You know what I'm saying? So something just really keep in mind too, as far as, you know, even though we are talking about Facebook, you have to really know where a lot of your interactions. I remember I met a lady over a year ago when we had remember that platform Blab before it was shut down. A lot of her interaction was on Google Plus. She said she loved Google Plus. That's her baby, you know. So that's a lot of her interaction too. And this is somebody who, not mistaken, she's also a network marketer. You see what I'm saying? So you got to know where, again, to spend your time. I know some people are at LinkedIn and spend a lot of time on LinkedIn as well. So again, just keep in mind about that too. And then you can use some of these same strategies for other social media platforms. You know, it's not just, again, like I just keep on saying, it's not just for Facebook. We got somebody also too who's a leader in our community, Michael Martin. A lot of his interaction is in Twitter. He loves Twitter. You know, so again, just find out where you get a lot of your
Well,
reactions.
and also the good thing too is when you do have other platforms. Is it noisy? Other social media platforms that you can also list them from time to time. That's what I do when sometimes I don't do it often enough, but I should because as internet marketers, we are pretty much on every platform. However, there are some that I still haven't been on, and I don't have my profile up, and I don't have a picture up, or I don't use, or I have it up there, but I don't use enough. Like I believe that Stumble Upon that I'm there. I'm also on Twitter, and I'm on I'm on Google Plus, but I said I don't use those. I'm mostly on Facebook. However, every once in a while, I remember I will take the link and post it, post it onto my Facebook. So anybody who happens to want to use that more than Facebook, then they'll say, okay, she's there too. And like you said, you can put all that, you can list all that on your About Me on your Facebook page, or that's your fan page or your profile page if you really want people to go there. If they're really curious about who you are, you can do that. But every once in a while, post it right there in your where your status is, and let that generate, and do that once a month maybe. I'm really preaching it, but I don't do it, but I used to do that a lot. And for people that like those other platforms and hang around those other platforms more than Facebook, then they can go and search you out. And the good thing about Facebook, when I do post, it's linked to my Twitter. So whatever I do post, the only thing is some images do not generate on there. You have to physically go there and put up the image, even though they can click on the link about your post. So that's what you would have to do to get the image to show up. Otherwise, they have this long link there, or they shorten their links. Twitter does. But, we say a picture is worth 1,000 words. So if you did it manually, where you would upload your picture and then put your link, maybe that's associated with your Facebook post as well, it wouldn't harm it to do it. I don't know if they let you do it twice like that, but if they do, go for it, because when they see your pictures for whatever it is that you want to share with your audience, that is more beneficial, and you get a lot more likes with it.
All right. Also, now we might as well get into the next one. And I'm not too sure if it's mainly on for your personal profile or for your business profile. Your business page when it comes to scheduled posts. I'm not too sure about that. You sure? Are you familiar with that, Patricia?
Well, you're going to widen your reach with your scheduled posts, because let's face it, we can't post all the time when we want to. Maybe there's different time zones. As you know, we have a team where there's people in Australia, people in New Zealand, we have people on our women's team that are in Papua New Guinea, and we have people in Europe, the UK. We have people everywhere. So there's certain times to post. And if you can't do it physically yourself live, you're sleeping, that's what scheduled posts would be for. That would be much more beneficial. Or say you are a person who works full time and you cannot post because you're at work. You can take the weekend or take a day when you can schedule posts, and post at 9 a.m. when you're driving to work, or in the afternoon when you're playing with your kids. So that's one good thing about scheduled posts. And you can post as many as you need to or you want to at those times that are going to be convenient for people to see it, and not convenient or for yourself where you don't have the time to do it. So scheduled posts would be beneficial for those kind of people. I don't personally do them because I post myself. But if I got overloaded, then that would be an easier way to do it. Then you can also schedule someone on Fiverr, which is a website where you can hire people. It's called fiverr.com. You can schedule people to help you even set it up if you don't have time to do that, or you can have them do it as well. So there's a number of ways about using and implementing scheduled posts.
And I asked that question. It's kind of funny because look what I just found.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't have to be the world's greatest right here.
Mm-hmm.
Boom. You can set a time right here. See, it says set date and your time for your post. See, you always learn something too when you start to teach. No different from what Jim Rohn said years ago. You know, study, practice, and teach. It's funny because the last one, when you start teaching, you also learn yourself. So just for if you've been curious where it is, I didn't know this. Just find this out myself. Boom. There you go.
Right
so
there.
Also too, with the scheduled posts or any posts, and also too, we're talking about with the interaction as far as knowing your engagement as well. It comes to the next point we want to come across as far as, you know, going back to see the comments. As far as if you did post something,
right?
You know, it could be maybe, let's say if you post on a Friday, you know, for example, right now, and let's say if you want to just, you know, have a video and maybe do a live, you know, give something of value. Go and also to go back and, you know, examine those comments and shares. Now, if you have somebody and have a lot of people on your friends list and you get a lot of engagement, if you do video or you post, like I said, if you're kind of, you know, if you are busy, you know, still, you know, take some time to examine all the comments and likes, because you might be still getting comments, likes, or shares a week after the fact that you posted something, you know. But if you're doing this, obviously you're giving something of value as well. You know, it's never a bad idea to go back and reach out to those people. They did like, comment, or share, or whatever. You know, again, just find out from where. Sometimes you might be getting a like from somebody who's not even on your friends list. I had that happen just recently, yesterday. When I was posted again when I was working out. So I had a couple people that had liked something like my video, but I'm not friends with. See what I'm saying? So again, go back and monitor that, because
yeah, that's very important. I've gone back and seen my photos and stuff, and I go, wow, I have a like there, because you don't always see in the notifications, or you're not always online, and they go by so fast. I think with Facebook, we had talked about this before. When I first got on Facebook in 2009, you could go back about a week, I think, or at least 3 days or something like that to see other people's posts or see the posts. But now you can't. You can only barely go back an hour or two, and then you can see their post, unless you actually go to their page. Well, that's in the notifications. So yeah, go back and make sure you check your post and see who has commented, liked, or shared it. You never know. And like I said, I wish that Facebook had an easier way for you to do that, or put that in a log somehow. Facebook, do you hear me? You know, Mark Zuckerberg, who knows? They may be able to do that one day, and that would be helpful. And then also in the messages, there are messages sometimes. I noticed that I had someone who was not a friend of mine, happened several times, and they're messaging me about my business, and they weren't promoting me, but they weren't friends with me, and I didn't see the other. You know, there is that section where there's the messages there, and you don't even know that they're there. You have to click on them, and there's another hidden feature too. So don't forget about that.
I'm glad you mentioned that, Patricia, because I'm gonna go to that right now, real quick, as far as the messages. And what she was talking about is right here. This is something I was found out like a couple of years. It used to be like in this inbox. Now they changed the message request. If you go here, you will see a whole bunch of messages, though. This is probably you have not paid attention to. You have the recent, though. There's a lot of people that, you know, you might be connected with or whatever. But these are people that are I want to say they're not, you don't have mutual friends with, but for whatever weird reason, I've had friends, you know, not friends, people that had mutual friends still connect with me here. And the thing is to go and check these messages out. This is somebody who is completely not related to me whatsoever. Boom, this is what not to do, by the way. But the thing is to, if you do like I do, because I do a lot of my sharing of posts from my business page right here. So when I do that, and I just say if I get, let's say a like or share, because I like to share this into groups of mine I'm a part of. If I get let's say a like or share, let me see, I'll give you an example of one from this the other day. And as somebody, I have reached out to this person, but I don't think, bless her heart, I don't think she's ever checked her inbox. Going back to what I said, because you will get to say, if you were to, let's see if I can find her. Boom, here we go. She actually commented too. I don't know why I could not comment back, but I just liked her comment. But I had messaged her several times. So, when I message her, I know right off rip, I don't have any mutual friends with her. Unless she, obviously she's been online too, using Facebook a lot. This will go to right here. This will go exactly to what I was mentioning earlier. It will go to the other side of the messages, the message requests. She probably has a whole bunch of them stacked up for me. I just simply said, I appreciate the likes, the comments, the likes that you're giving me on my latest blog post. So something to keep in mind too, because guess what? You can relate to somebody here big time. Another thing that Patricia mentioned too, these notifications, huge. I do this normally during the evening. I like to check these out, and this can also help you out as far as, okay, who has maybe liked a post of mine, or maybe who made a comment of mine. Especially you have a lot of friends. I have over 1,500 people, so that's a good bit. Once you crack over, really, I'm gonna lie. Once you crack over 500, that's a good bit. Facebook. Some people might be thinking 500. She already have 5,000. Yeah, so you really have a lot. So if you're really trying to make this happen, to pay attention to what you share there and there, as far as get a chance just to check their engagement with people. Because that can help you leverage your time so much better than go to the actual post, go through with like, okay, let me see. Boom, boom, boom. Stuff right up beside that. So something to just keep in mind with too. Again, take advantage of this. It's going to help leverage your own time. And again, that inbox. Again, a lot of people I know on Facebook still do not know about it. I first found out about it a couple years ago. I was blown away. I was like, man, I had a whole bunch of people that were trying to connect with me. I was like, I just didn't know. Some people that said they love what I've been sharing, or just want to connect with me in general. So take advantage of stuff like that. Even also too on Instagram. Sometimes that little, it's in the top corner. I don't have my phone with me or anything. I don't know how to share it. There's a little, I know I think it's in the corner, top right corner, as far as the inbox as well, as far as people trying to connect with you. So something to keep in mind with too, because hey, that's maybe potential customers. Again, there ain't gonna disclaimer below, because who knows, as far as get chances to just connect with people. We're the people business. Let's be real. So that's what. Don't think so much seeing the dollar sign. I just keeping it as real as can be. Connecting with people and just try to just see if there's something that maybe they could help them with. Find a solution. So something that's really keep in mind with as well as far as that. Now let's see. The next one, it would be the promotions of Facebook customer data. This right here, Patricia, I think this mainly can go with, let's say if you wanted to run an ad. I think you want to talk about that a little bit too.
Yes, let's see. We are, let's see here. Which one are we on now? We're on
25.
25. Oh, I'm scrolling down. Yeah, because I do this. Let's see. Your promotions on Facebook provide customer data, okay, with your graphs and things. So when you have your Facebook page, let me go to my Facebook page, because I don't think, let me share my screen. Hold on. Let me see here. Bear with me. And let me know. I gotta bring up mine. Okay. Now, also where I put my information, like I said, is right here. But this is my Facebook page right here. And of course, this is us. This was a video of us in Nashville, the rest of our team that we had. And Andre wasn't there. He was playing football at that time. So that was back in April. And but what I want to do is go to up here. You see, we have messages. People leave messages here. When I was doing Facebook bumping, I had a lot of people who would leave messages here. Then you have, of course, my notifications. People that like it tells me who likes it and everything, so I can see about my notifications there. And in Insights, this is where we see a graph of what's happening. As you see, I need to it'll tell you what you need to work on. My reach here, I have things that have gone down, I need to post. And here, I have only 2 page likes right now, but it's going up and down, up and down. 1 total page view here. That's not me, but that's somebody else who's liking it. So it has graphs that you can plan strategies for what you need to post more often, or what you need to do. Now, also down here, when you're doing your advertising, so you can use this to see what's going on with that. If I want to boost this post so that I could do paid advertising. And right now I don't have anything really running. So that's what that is for. And over here, your publishing tools. I don't have anything here. I don't think, I do. Okay, it came up. But let's see, for all the posts that I have here, it tells you the reach, it tells you the clicks. So for me, I really need to work on this page so that I can get it up higher. As you see, here's my highest one, which was 63 people. And I had here one for 133. So you can take these numbers and say, well, what are you doing wrong, or what's happening? Or, maybe I don't think I boosted this post, but they like this one. This was our Facebook hacking post. So I got a lot of engagement on here. I had 263 people reached when we did that one. So this is what our team was promoting. I think this was our first episode that we did of Overcoming the Odds. So maybe it's the picture, like I said, which could have something to do with it because everybody loves babies. And maybe we could continue to do something like that. Here is another one. And this was this one here. And there's my picture. See, of course, it didn't get as much, like I said, as the other one. But you can go here and see what works. Again, it's Overcoming the Odds. So all this kind of data helps you know what to do with your with what you're doing online with your post, and how things are working out with what you're doing. So that's what that's all about. Could you see me?
Yeah, I can see you.
Okay. So yeah, those graphs are important. And as we said, it is for knowing what your analytics are, knowing what you're doing. That's not totally extensive, but for right now, it's a brief overview of what those graphs can do for you when you're on Facebook, and how to utilize them, and how to tweak your posts so that you can get more engagement. Did you want to go? Am I still sharing?
Yeah.
Oh,
might as well go finish the next one too.
Okay, yeah, the next one. Where am I? Okay, let me go to the next one. Okay, I gotta scroll down. Where was I? I'm lost. Okay, zero in on users via mobile app ads. And as we know, Facebook is using more and more apps, and they are, like it says, Facebook recently announced that they'll be rolling out new ways to reach people who have visited your website or mobile app by expanding the capabilities of custom audiences. Now, I use custom audiences, like I said, on my fan page, as you saw, and that's where we are able to, not on our profile page, but on our fan page, we're able to advertise. And what are we? We're online internet marketers. And what does a marketer need to do? Whether you use free advertising, your reach is only going to be so far because Facebook only opens up your posts to people that you interact with or friends of friends, if that's how you have it set, and on their news feeds. But if you don't interact with them on a regular basis, the reach is not going to be that far. And of course, what is Facebook? Facebook is a free platform for most people that use it. However, as advertisers, we need to reach more than just our friends and family. We need a cold market. The warm market is wonderful because we know that they know, like, and trust you. They know that your mom or your great aunt knows that that's you. But you want to be able to reach out to other people. You don't want to stick your offer or your advertising in front of your friends and family. They get bored with you. They say, oh, there she is again, advertising. We don't have any money to buy. You want to reach an audience that can buy your product or buy your services or whatever it is that you have online. So custom audiences, which, it talks about if you have, like I said, more and more of the advertising is going to be more geared to mobile, right? So you can choose your custom audience. And all you need to do is go to Facebook Business. I think it's www, what is it, .com, www.facebook, sorry, /facebook.com/business and then /help. And I don't know what this number is, but that's probably obviously to this page. So you can go to that and click on, you can type in and find what's a custom audience from a customer list, right? And then you can obviously click on here and you would be able to create an audience. But once again, you can only do this from your fan page or from this. Of course, if I have a fan page set up, if I clicked here, let me see if I do click on here, will it go to mine? And I already have a audience and I have a Shopify store. So here are the audience that I've already created and I can create a new one. So these are the availability that I have right now. I have almost 4 million people. I can even have less than that if I want to. The date I created it, here I have, these are already meaning ready for me to just click on and use these because I've already created these. We're not going to go into how we did it, but let me go back here. If I can go back, if I can't, I don't know how to do that. It's supposed to, let me go here. We'll go back to this page. But your custom audience you could create, if you go to this page, it'll teach you what it's all about. What are lookalike audiences? How do I edit my custom audience from a customer list? What are custom audiences from your website? How do I create a custom audience from my customer list or file? What is the Facebook pixel? Like I said, we won't get into all of these right now, but basically, let's say you have an audience. Your audience, my audience, may be different than, let me get out of here, is going to be different than Andre's. Okay, let me know when you can see my screen again. Can you see me?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay. Uh-oh, I don't know why it's not going back. Okay. Anyway, a custom audience is going to be what you're selling, what your product is, and who you want to target. For instance, we have this wonderful platform on our business that Andre and I have, and we want to drive people to it who want their own online businesses where they can eventually stay at home and work on their business. It happens to be a blogging platform and marketing products, educational marketing products that we sell so that they can learn how to do all of this, use social media, create their blogs, find leads, and a host of other things that we teach. So, how did we do that? He wants to attract people who perhaps are in sports because he's a big sports person and football player. Well, for me, I want to attract people who are retired or stay-at-home moms, people like that, so we can create our own audiences of who we want to attract to our business. And even though the business platform that we have is the same thing for everybody who wants to purchase it, they get to utilize it to attract who they want, like I said. And you get to create on Facebook that custom audience that you want. Not, I don't want football players. I mean, if a football player or a sports person, male, wants to be on my team, I'm not going to let him. I'm not going to let him. I'm not going to stop him from being on my team. But that's not the person that I want. I welcome that, but I'm attracting a different type of audience, people that I could relate to better, I believe, and serve better than perhaps Andre. Because he can address those type of male macho figures more than I can. I'm, like I said, I'm not opposed at all to attracting that kind of a person to my team. However, I think my appeal is more to, like I said, my lifestyle and what I do, people who are even designers. And when I have something like that for them, they can even create their own platform for their designing business through what I'm teaching them or who I want to attract into my business.
It's funny that you said that too, Patricia, because I know I was talking with somebody the other day who's also an entrepreneur, and he's working with me too as well. And I said the same thing as far as what we have here within the system that we're using. It can help him promote what he's trying to promote better. Yeah, it might sound like we're bragging, but it is true because as Eric Worre says, there's a difference between wanting to be a professional in the home-based business profession and an amateur. I have to mention, just not related with somebody, sending a message as far as talking about your company or to send them a link right off rip. Come on now, that's amateur. Let's be professional. Get chances to relate with somebody. Now, again, as I mentioned earlier, if you're in season, you can take a hint right on rip, especially if I'm friends with somebody. I'm like, okay, here we go. I'm getting formed. They're asking me how am I doing, how's the family, occupation. How do you know right on rip? I've been the home-based business professional for 6 years, and I expect the hustle. I respect the hustle. Like Gary Vaynerchuk says to his entrepreneurs as well. He's like, hey, I respect the hustle as well. So, I just you gotta look the process. So the thing is, going back to what we're talking about as far as the system, which you see the Yes Let Me In link below, what's in it is no different from a little bit more from what we're sharing to help you on your way to promote whatever it is that you're promoting. And again, especially entrepreneur, if you want to promote a little bit better online, this is the way to go. Not bad for 2-week trial for $7. And it's funny because if you follow the system, also within it too, it's also mentioned that go connect with people using Facebook. So you're like, wait a minute, Jim Rome said many years ago, success leaves clues. There you go. There you have it. So again, something to keep in mind with too, as far as using the social media platform, because as we just mentioned, Patricia mentioned it too as well. As far as we want to connect with people, that are going to be related to relate with you. She's right as far as people that are maybe on my email list or people that have been following me are different from obviously who's been following her. But at the same time, a lot of people, as far as, let's say, if you set up a Facebook group, we never really talked about this in our series too. You can choose to do a Facebook group, but really, anything we've been sharing, you have to be consistent with it because that's the only way it's going to be able to work. You got to do a lot of testing. Patricia mentioned earlier, you got to be able to test stuff out. You got to see, okay, maybe an image works better here. Maybe if I do a video there, you got to test some stuff out. If you do choose to, have a business page, or that it's like, oh man, I'm just starting out. Do I have to have a business page? No, you don't have to. If you want to, great. If you want to do a Facebook group, great. But as just mentioned a few moments ago, be consistent with it. And that's really how you're going to make anything work. You got to be consistent. You got to be persistent. We kind of went a rant last week as far as the mindset stuff because, I heard this too from a leader in the home-based business profession too the other day. It's like, if you've never made, let's say, $10,000 in a month, but you're upset that you just get started and you haven't made so, but you never made so as far as the occupation that you're in right now, then and then if we were to ask you how long you've been working there, you say like 10 plus years. Come on now. Come on now. I'm not saying that you should not have a dream that day, you shoot that high, but the next day, I mean, have you gone through the trials and tribulations? Have you gone through your own process? Because everybody's process is different. Just being real with you. So something to just really think about too. As far as okay, I'm ready to make this work. I do have a dream I want to go do. Yeah, go ahead and click that yes, let me in. Come on board with us, and then we'll go help you along the way too, as far as getting you to where you're trying to go. Because this man nothing but a vehicle. That's all it is. It's all just a vehicle just to help you get you to where you're trying to go. And then, so we just mentioned earlier, you're not the ones that are just spamming links all over your personal business profile. And then some people are just like, oh, like Patricia mentioned this a few moments ago, oh man, there they go again, talking about business. Mix it up a little bit. That's what we've been trying to get to this whole time. No different from also in the say you can choose to do Facebook groups. Now, since I know I have my own Facebook group, I've done it. I know Patricia has one too, as well. But we had one maybe because we had a product launch a few months ago. But now, some people are just choosing to just give out value within it. Why not? Even when we did have the product launch, I wasn't talking to every person. I wasn't talking to people like every day as far as this coming out, what's coming out. They already know what's going on, So now I was like, all right, let me get the chance to connect with me, And also too, another thing too, we didn't really mention this too much as well throughout this series is, if you choose to do the Facebook Live, which is I know has been the hottest thing here the last few months, take advantage of that as well, because you can do a live and then again, no different from what we talked about a few moments earlier as far as pay attention to your comments within it, as far as what you're sharing, so take advantage of this little stuff like the notifications, as you mentioned earlier as well, and get a chance just to connect with those people. And then, let's just take it from there. Because it is still a process. You can't just go and slam it like, all right, hey, take this out right quick. Nah, see, no different from what we mentioned before. Find a friend, maybe make a friend, or basically connect with that person, reconnect with that person. Find a need, suggest a solution. That's it. That is it. Just use one of these suggestions. Basically, that's what they only are. Use one of these suggestions that we've been sharing here the last few weeks. So that's something I just wanted to mention here. I don't know if you have anything else to talk about real quick, Patricia.
Yes, I hope these things have helped you, because there's a lot of people that just don't know. They're newbies and they don't know anything about what's going on Facebook. So many people say, oh, I don't know how to navigate Facebook. But that's what some of our training has been, or the discussions that we've just had throughout this 3 weeks have tried to help you navigate what's going on with Facebook and some of the updates and things that they're doing. And also, we mentioned, I believe, Facebook Live, right? Because they have that new feature. And, we mentioned video, uploading your video, you get 40% or 50% more engagement if you did a video than just a straight post. But then sometimes I've noticed, depending on who is following you, I can just put up, now I could put up just a simple sentence or a quote, like you said, and I get all these likes because I have a following. When you're a newbie on Facebook or in business, it is going to take a while for you to build up that trust in people and your followers. But once it is, people will follow you like that. They'll be clicking and liking what you have to say, no matter what it is. I know that the other day you kind of showed it when you showed my page, but there's this store called Aldi. Now, I didn't know anything about it, but I must have gotten 40 likes from that particular page. That's not a huge amount, but I didn't think I would get anything. I put it up basically for myself and my friends who live in this area. We're getting a new store. But I had so many people that are already my friends, and even not my friends. I made new friends from people who commented, friends of their friends who commented on how much they like that store. Now, I had no idea. I didn't plan it, obviously. I didn't have a clue. Maybe if I had done the research to know what that store was, that I know, oh, I'm going to get a lot of comments on that, but I had no idea. So, and other things like that happened. That time when we talked about, we just talked about right now about not just using Facebook, but using other social media, and like that fire that happened, local events or news events, even though we're not into watching the news 24/7, we're not news junkies, but I posted a local event about that fire. And I know that I don't really watch my Twitter every single day like I'm on Facebook. And it just so happened I did look. I happened to see somebody private messaged me, and as many people do, mostly it's junk stuff and advertising or promotions, or people like me who are network marketers wanting me to take a look at their business. But this happened to be a newscaster who wanted to use my video clip of my report of the fire, on their news channel. So we know that as marketers, people are watching us. Whether it's, like I said, however they find us, we just have to put our information out there. We have to be accessible. And that's how we get our sales. And we use all these different Facebook strategies, hone in on maybe 5 or 6 of them, or 1 or 2 of them that we've discussed, and try them out and see if they work for you. And then get back to us. You can always leave us a comment below.
Yeah, and also comment below if you've been getting bad for what we've been sharing here as well. Because we've been trying to just, pretty much help you out. Again, just to help you get on your way. Again, these are, some things that we mentioned today that are really not talked about that often. But just a couple of things that we mentioned that you probably have not paid attention to, as far as maybe, let's say, your inbox. Or, again, you have a lot of friends, too. You have a lot of stuff going on Facebook. Check the notifications as well, especially a particular post that you share, so it can help you out. So again, if you got bad for what we share here, again, just comment below. Comment below, let us know. So also too, that being said, we will see you at the same time, same place next week. So see you there.
Yeah, thank you for joining us once again. Bye. Peace.